Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library podcast, and we're continuing in our series of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So just so you know that I'm not this guy stuck in the 70s and 80s listening to the Guns N' Roses and traditional rock and roll. My next song that I love the two lines in this next song is from Katy Perry, Firework. The two lines I love is, if you only knew what the future holds, which I'll tell you what, as a leader and you're looking at your strategic plans, you love to know what the future holds. But I love the next line in the song where she says, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. So as you go through difficulties, as you start to look to the future, you're going to learn from the past. You're going to learn from the mistakes. You're going to learn from what you did well. You're going to learn from the things that you struggled with, and then you're going to look to the future. You always have to look to the future. You learn from the past, and then you hold on to the past only as a learning experience, but you move forward. If you spend too much time dwelling on the past, then you'll dwell in things that you're upset about. Most of your energy and effort will be with the emotion of, I can't believe I did that, or I failed. It's like in golf, I can't believe I hit that shot. Okay, you got to let that shot go. Move on. Nobody does it better than closers in baseball, right? They got to have short memories. And so I think in business, you want to think about that line that she has in the song Firework. If I only knew what the future holds. Well, you won't. If you did know what the future would hold, you'd be buying lottery tickets right now. So after a hurricane comes a rainbow. One of the ways I think you get to that rainbow is through that 100-day plan. When you put together your 100-day plan, you're looking to the future, you're staying organized, and then you're trying to get to that rainbow. That 100-day plan helps keep you on that kind of like straight path to where you want to get to. And so for me, as you think about what next year will hold, what you've went through this year, you start to think about what the future will look like, how to get to that future. Well, way to do that is your 100-day plan. And so I would start to think about, how do I put together my 100-day plan? It's not only for a new year, it's for a new job. My producer here, Andrew Romanella, is just now starting his new job as head coach at Centenary College. Please, if you feel like you want to support Centenary Cyclones, feel free. But first thing we talked about is put together your 100-day plan. What's in your 100-day plan? We talk about customers, people, share owners in the business world. Well, in his world, the customers are going to be the alumni, maybe. The customers are going to be the fans that come. The customers are going to be the administration. So he has to understand all of those individuals that are his customers. He also has to understand his people. Not only are they his players, but they are student athletes, so he has to understand that part of them. He has to make them feel valuable. He has to make them feel like he cares enough about them that he's not going to allow their grades to slip, right? Some of them probably think he's crazy when he talks about, oh, we're going to have you, I want you to be in study hall. Well, because I care about you as a complete person. Part of what you do is as a player, but you are a person. Academics are important, especially in the D3 school. So if you think about it, he's laid out his 100-day plan, and that's what helps him try to understand what the future will hold in this new job that he has and this new responsibility he has as head coach. And after a hurricane, which will be the first 3 or 4 months of trying to understand what his job is, the first game that doesn't go well, maybe the first game, which I hope doesn't happen, he gets thrown out for arguing a call, right? It all seems like it's the hurricane right there. But after that hurricane comes a rainbow. So I love Katy Perry's lines in there. It's a great song, but I love those two lines. So just to remember, if only you knew what the future holds, you won't. Your best chance of trying to get to where that hurricane ends in a rainbow is by coming up with your own 100-day plan, or at least a good vision that you can articulate to the people in your care of what good's going to look like someday, or what that rainbow is going to look like for you. Until we talk again, listen to the radio. Hey, listen, by the way, I talked about 8 tracks in the last one. I did buy a vinyl player as well. So I am trying to go back a little bit in my roots. So I do have a nice little vinyl player going right now. All right, thanks. Be safe, and I'll talk to you later.